I used to go behind my brother's back in the settings and I would change what was called the sliders. I would go in and turn the 3-point percentage all the way to 100%. And what that would do is my brother would have no idea. So I would just shoot threes and make every single three and my brother would get pissed off, right? And then what you can do is there's two ways you can kind of adjust the sliders. So for example, I just thought of a hack that will help you build your brand and convert sales at the same time. And this is something that I came up with literally 5 seconds ago, but I thought of it because of when I was playing NBA 2K, I think it was 2K14 with my brother when I was a kid. And this concept that I came up with is called content sliders. So in NBA 2K back in the day, I used to go behind my brother's back in the settings and I would change what was called the sliders. So I would change the sliders and you could make it so basically anything you wanted in the game could happen. So for me, I would go in and turn the 3-point percentage all the way to 100%. And what that would do is my brother would have no idea. So I would just shoot threes with Paul Pierce or whatever and make every single three and my brother would get pissed off, right? So I thought about this concept for content and for building a personal brand. And you could do this with any content pillars you want, but we've come up with what's called the Pesto pillars. So that's personal, expertise, social proof, trending, and opinion. So those are like the 5 content pillars we use as a guide for most of our clients. And what you can do is essentially start with a baseline when you're creating content. So for each of the 5 pillars, start with exactly 1/5 or 20% on each slider or each content pillar and start with balance, right? So if you're putting out 10 posts a week, 2 of each of those posts is going to be personal, 2 is going to be expertise, and so on. And then what you can do is there's 2 ways you can kind of adjust the sliders so that you can double down or choose what you want to do with your content. So for example, if you go crazy viral with a piece of trending content and you gain thousands of followers, which is very common if you're going to be leaning in the trending stuff, you can then dial that slider back and dial up the slider of like social proof to help actually convert all of those new followers, because the piece of content that might have gone viral might have been a bit more broad and not exactly salesy. Now you're going to dial that slider back to say 10% and slide up the social proof pillar or the opinions or the personal pillar that's going to be better for nurture, slide those up to 30% or 40%. And that's going to help you actually convert sales while building the brand. Another thing you can do is if one pillar is just working amazing for you, like I see a lot of people get a lot of traction with opinions or get a lot of traction with behind the scenes personal content, then you could just double down on that pillar and turn the slider up to 40, 50, 60%, etc. And if one pillar is just going to carry your entire brand, you can go 100% on that, right? There's a lot of nuance in personal brand. So what you can do is essentially start with a baseline of 20% of each of the pillars and then adjust from there based on what's working and what you're actually trying to accomplish. So if you're trying to gain followers, gain impressions, make sales, etc. So this is a concept I came up with, the content sliders. I just thought of it because I used to play 2K with my brother all the time. So hope this is helpful. Wanted to record this quick video and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.